nerds. You apparently want to talk about gaming and tech, which I do too. That's why you're here, right? That's this episode. So what this is it is the gaming and tech section, which was taken from the much longer episode known as the Week in Nerddom from the main channel at Generally Nerdy, or you can go check it out over on Rumble as well. But since you're here, let's, without any further ado, get into the gaming and tech news. Let's talk about some gaming and tech pieces. In gaming and tech, we've got Chat GPT-4 just kind of, sort of launched. We're going to talk about that, as well as Marvel digging into Reddit and shutting stuff down, man. So yeah, we've got that and a couple other things, so let's get into it. First up in the follow-ups and corrections, we have a follow-up on the Hitman 4 situation. IO Interactive has given an update on Hitman 4. They are putting it on the back burner, so to speak. It's not canceled. It's there was no release date, so they're not moving the release date. They're just not focusing on Hitman 4. It is in very, very early stages of development, meaning the team assigned to that project is very, very small. I would imagine somewhere in the neighborhood of 3 to 5, because primarily their focus is the new 007 game that they can't officially announce, but they kind of did in this statement. And also there will be continued support for Hitman 3 up until the 007 game launches. So if you are a fan of Hitman 3, fret not, because you are still going to be getting some love from IO Interactive. That's what we got there. Let's move over to our other one. We've been keeping tabs on this one a fair amount, actually. Chat GPT is a thing that's everywhere, and this technically, it deals with Chat GPT, but it's more directly GPT-4. So the base subset of knowledge that the chat bot is programmed with, I think they put that in simple enough terms, it just got an upgrade. But it's kind of not 100% launched just yet. If you are a current payer for ChatGPT Plus, if you are paying, I believe it's $20 a month to use the increased abilities of Plus, then you can now select 3 different AI models. You can do ChatGPT 3.5, you can do 3.5 Legacy, and now you can do GPT-4. GPT-4 is a lot more comprehensive, is a lot smarter. It still can't access the internet just yet, but that's because it hasn't 100% rolled out. The developers at OpenAI did a live stream kind of showing off some of the new abilities of GPT-4 that have not rolled out for the general public or even the paying public yet. These rollouts are going to happen slowly over the course of the next couple of weeks. They didn't say that explicitly, but that seems to be the direction they're going. And that's kind of how ChatGPT has worked since launch, is every few weeks you kind of get a little bit of an update. It gets a little sharper, a little so on and so forth. So very interesting. This just some of the stuff that they talked about, or that they showed in that live stream, was highly impressive. The AI bot created a whole website, an entire HTML code base based off of a picture that the developer took of a very poorly drawn website that he did by hand. He took a picture of the drawn by hand thing, uploaded that into GPT-4 because it is multimodal, which the multimodal aspects of GPT-4 are the things that very much remain to be rolled out to the public. But yeah, once they are rolled out, they are going to be insane. Just saying. So yeah, GPT-4 is a thing. Let's move on. Let's get into some regular ass news. In regular ass news, we got Marvel shutting down the subreddit of Marvel Studios spoilers. They're taking legal action. They're threatening legal action at the very least, because confirmations were needed as to whether or not they had taken said action just yet. But they are threatening legal action against the moderators of the spoiler subreddit because of Ant-Man, it would seem. Ant-Man, that leak that we touched on in the rumor mill very briefly, just because we don't really do the leaks so much on Generally Nerdy. But that leak that I mentioned it. I made you aware that it was a thing. If you wanted to go find it, you could do that yourself. But yeah, that was legit. That was the thing, and so now Marvel's threatening lawsuits. So what happened is that subreddit has been made private by the mods. That's all we really know at the moment. If more comes to light from this, we will definitely be keeping tabs on it. But yeah, that's pretty nuts. That's all we got for gaming and tech, except for gaming and tech suggestions. With the launch of the remake, Metroid Prime is the suggestion this week. The classic GameCube game. Metroid Prime is honestly one of the greatest FPSs. Potentially the greatest FPS on the GameCube, but one of the greatest FPSs in the history of console gaming. Absolutely worth a play. If you don't have the remake downloaded on your Switch, maybe you've got a GameCube kicking around somewhere in your garage or something, go plug that bad boy in and play Metroid once again, because it is classic gaming at its best. Once again, nerds, that was a short section that comes from a longer video on the main channel, Generally Nerdy, YouTube or Rumble. Take your pick. I'm on both. You can go find it there. You can go find all of the other news there as well, including the live episode. We do a live episode roughly once a week, every Friday evening. You can join the conversation live, or you can just leave comments here on this one or any of the other ones you find on the Clips channel. Thank you very much, nerds. We've got other news to discuss in other videos, but while we're getting out of here, don't forget that if it's generally nerdy, it's probably here.